Hi Commodore 64 enthusiasts and FREEZE64 followers and subscribers and readers. Here is issue 59 of FREEZE64, which has Monty Boyd's Muddy Racers on the front cover, which is a brand new game released in 2023 and is available via Protovision. Initially I wasn't going to have Muddy Racers on the cover, so the main interviewee for this issue is Andrew Trott, who back in 1982, 83, 84, 85 programmed some commercial Commodore 64 games for Supersoft, and I was going to have one of his games on the covers, but when I saw this bitmap that Monty created that's in his game, I just thought I've got to make that image the cover, front cover. And so I contacted Monty, said, would you like to do an interview? Can I make it the cover feature game? And here it is, with also some sprites from the games that I put racing off the page there. So let's have a look at the issue. As always, we have the contents page, which is load issue 59, 8,1. We're loading by disk. There's Andrew himself, what he looks like today, and here's our welcome page, wallowing in the mud. There's a footballer there from international soccer, and you'll see why he's there further on in the issue. So here's our main cover feature, Muddy Racers. So it's not really a review per se. It does talk about the game, but what it does go into from this page onwards is an interview with Monty himself and the making of the game. So there's Monty there, lovely picture of him, and you can see I've got splodges of mud on the pages as we go through, which I grabbed from Monty's original bitmap. There's the cartridge there, which is available, gold version of the cartridge available from Protovision. There's a screenshot of the game itself, and then there's some graphics. Those are the sprites that I ripped out of the game. So there's more of the interview with Monty, and then more of the interview with Monty, and then you've got the three stages there: Mud Flats, Highlands and the Ruins, and then we give it a FREEZE64 sizzling sausage. We move on to Julian Rignall's Zapback, where he looks at July 1988 issue 39 of Zap 64, which in fact was his final issue. So from this issue onwards, issue 59, this is the last of Julian's Zapback in issue 59. From issue 60 onwards, Julian's got a brand new regular column that he's going to be starting, which I'm quite excited about. So what did he look at this time? Great Guyana Sisters and Bionic Commandos, and he tells you what he thinks of the games today. You'll be a bit surprised as to some of his comments today. Secret Squirrel looks at City Fighter, which is a Mastertronic game from 1984, and Slug, which was published by Alternative Software. Some hidden messages within the game there. And then we have Andrew Trott, who's our main interviewee for this issue. So Andrew programmed commercial games for the Commodore 64 between 1982 and 1985. Quinks, Sticks and what's that, Zerons. He started programming games on the Commodore PET. There's Pearl and Peter from Supersoft. And there's Andrew when he first got his Commodore 64. And now, here's Andrew at college together with Archer McLean, which is a hilarious photo. Look at Archer's face. And there they are again at the bottom there. The graduating college. There's Quinks. There's some of Andrew's published games via Supersoft label. There's Andrew again with Fergal Sharkey, Popstar Fergal Sharkey, and that was 1985. Andrew's favourites, and then we move on to the discovery and recovery of Lord's Fire, which is a game that so programmer Simon Burrell, who programmed Strange Loop for Virgin, contacted me, I think it's about a year ago now, and said, oh, my friend Jeremy has produced a game for the Commodore 64, was never released. Are you interested? And I said, well, I think Frank would be interested in it. Jeremy Walker produced this game, and I said, I think Frank would be interested, but I'd be interested in writing a piece about it as well. And then I said to Frank, well, seems that you're going to recover the game from a disc that Jeremy sent him, I said, why don't you write the piece? And so Frank kindly wrote this fantastic piece about recovering the game and him playing it for the first time after 38 years, I think it is. And so that's now preserved and released. Then we've got the Mouldy Cupboard Treadbear. So this very obscure Thompson Twins game that I've always had in my collection in the Mouldy Cupboard. They decided to get it out and play it again after 40 years, I think it is. I can't remember how many years it's been since I played it, but yeah, 40 years. And it's an absolute piece of shit. But anyway, you can read about it in this issue. And then part 13 of Diary of a Game. So this is Tran that Steve Collins, a great program Steve Collins is making, or had been making back in 1987, and kept a diary. And so we've published that diary. We've got about, I think, 2 more installments, and then we start a brand new development diary with Carl Hornell. And then once that development diary is complete, we start another development diary with Andy Vasey, who's programming Chiller Free. So anyway, that is issue 59 of FREEZE64, which is available via FREEZE64.com. Subscribers also got one of these fabulous Legend of Atlantis, which is the cover of issue 36, cheat cards. And there you go, there you have it. There's issue 59 of FREEZE64.